catching exceptions, and today I'm going to introduce you to a developer with a passion for product marketing, Darren Guarnaccia. So thank you for sitting with me.
Good to be here.
Now we're here at the symposium, but I want to get started right, and I want to know where you're from and where did you grow up?
I grew up on the East Coast, born and raised in New Jersey, and Jersey's an interesting place for those who haven't lived there. There's kind of two parts of Jersey. There's North Jersey and there's South Jersey, and I spent most of my life in Southern Jersey.
What does that indicate?
The Shore is what they call it, the Jersey Shore. You might have seen a show about that with obnoxious people, which is mostly not true, but slightly true. But the Jersey Shore is beaches that you have to pay money to get on, big boardwalks and carnival rides and things like that. And it's a fun place to grow up, but a pretty crazy place to grow up.
What actually got you into technology and programming in general? How did that start?
The roundabout trip. I actually went to Oregon to go to school in Oregon State University to be a veterinarian. At the time, I was in a fraternity, still am in a fraternity, and I was the guy that fixed the computer all the time. I had my own, XT back then, and with an 8088 processor, and super proud, and built my own machines, and so I was the guy that was always rewriting the bat file that ran all the programs on DOS. So that was hacking and building stuff. And one day I'm sitting at the computer and I'm rewriting this batch file that someone broke for the millionth time, and I'm typing away, and all of a sudden I'm like, man, what am I going to do with my life? I don't know. You know what major am I going to take? And I'm typing away and type, and it just hits you. Computer science.
And you get out of school, it's about the early 90s. ComSci, what does the landscape look like? What are your expectations of what you're going to be doing?
Well, I honestly didn't really know. I knew I like computers. I think my favorite job or class in school was rendering computer graphics. I had dreams of getting into virtual reality. Back then, you saw movies like, I used to read all the cyberpunk novels, loved, virtual reality. But back then, you could basically render like 5 polygons on the screen with the current hardware, and it was super expensive. Graphics cards were $10,000 and couldn't do half of what your iPhone does. So pretty quickly realized that's not happening for me, but got into some tech. This was still back then when mainframes were still doing well. Client server had just really gotten started. But I went to an internship, and they sent me to training at Oracle, and I learned to become an Oracle PL SQL developer and a forms developer and reporting developer, and learned how to build apps in Oracle, and that got me my internships. It got me my first job, and ultimately wound up being a developer, a Unix admin, and an IT guy.
So you kind of come out of school and you started this company called Copper Mountain Trust, and you go from what I imagine is fairly junior all the way to the director of technology. How did you make that climb?
I think the thing that I've always tried to do is fill the gap. Fill the gap, do what needs to be done, find places where you could add value. And for me, I realized that early on I was a developer, and I was crawling under PC desks, running Ethernet and stuff like that. I was willing to do whatever it needed to be done. And eventually someone started saying, hey, well, can you take on this? And can you learn how to manage the network? And can you learn Unix and help me, run our Solaris box for our Oracle database? And piece by piece, you get more and more capabilities, and you start doing more and more. And I wound up, managing the team, and then ultimately running the major department. And we actually became a big innovation center for it was a financial services company. So we sold mutual funds.
And now you're at Sitecore, and you're product marketing. Tell me what it is you have, you see in the future for Sitecore.
I think the future is really about companies realigning everything they do around their customer. And I don't just mean marketing. I mean, this is all about customers for life. How do you build an entire life cycle for a customer that's treating them well and keeping them for their lifetime?
So that's all the questions I have for you, but this is your opportunity now to speak to the community and give your message.
I think if I were to say one thing to the Sitecore community, and I call you Sitecore Nation, because that's kind of how I think about you. I think you guys bleed Sitecore red like we bleed Sitecore red, and I just really appreciate that. I love the intensity and the ferocity that you guys put into being Sitecoreans, and I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. So that was Catching Exceptions, and you just met Darren Guarnaccia, the customer experience expert at Sitecore. Next time you see me, we're going to be getting to know somebody else. Till then, hang loose.